So what about Ange Postecoglou? Joe Hart has revealed after the game yesterday that Ange has said to them, and he says to them before games, why not make this game that you're about to play the best game you've ever played? It's simple, yes, inspirational, motivational. Mark, have you heard that kind of talk from a manager before, and what do you think of it?
I think it's great. I mean, it is simple, Paul, but sometimes just those wee simple messages, just before you leave the dressing room, whether it's at 5-3 or whether it's at 5-4 for the start of the second half, it's important, and it just plants a seed in your brain, and sometimes those wee short, sharp messages are the ones that really hit home the most. So yeah, it is simple, it is straightforward, it's not rocket science, but it is very, very important, and it, psychologically, from a man management point of view, as Joe Hart has alluded to there, it's bang on.
And what do you think the Celtic backline is going to look like this season? We know they've, he's bought more players in. He's got cover in every position. I see Moritz played for a time at the weekend. Yeah. Christopher Julian, and the perceived wisdom is he'll be leaving. But my goodness, when you see the quality, when you see those two in the pitch together, it's Carl Starfelt was much criticised last season. But I know that they've got the best defensive record in the league. It's quite a conundrum, isn't it? But it's a positive one, I guess, for the manager.
Yeah, I mean, again, I would say, we know that Ange Postecoglou likes a back four, so he's not going to waver from that. So I would say it's Carter Vickers and one other.
Yes.
Now for me, I think Starfelt improved. It grew on me, but I think for the game that Postecoglou insists that Celtic play, well, it's always about possession and passing. Even in the tightest of areas, under the most severe pressure, you've still got to pass to a teammate. You're not allowed to put it into Rosehead. I don't think that suits Starfelt. When I see him playing, Paul, he seems to present the opposition with chances in a lot of games. So therefore I would be looking for another partner for Carter Vickers. The Julian thing's really interesting. I've heard a few Celtic supporters who've been at their games to say he's looking the part again, and I just wonder if he's grown on the manager. He was due to leave 10 days or so ago, and it fell through, so you wonder. And then Moritz coming in, he came off the bench, had a couple of good tackles, good positional play. So I think it'll be Carter Vickers and one other, and I don't think it'll be Starfelt.
You don't?
No.
Davy Provan, if he's listening in Spain, will be pleased to hear that, only because he said, I just don't think he's quite good enough at the highest level.
He's good, Paul, but I think for the type of game that Postecoglou wants to play, I would say that the weakest part of his game that I can see is his distribution, and that's an important part of how Postecoglou wants to play.